They muted.
It's Friday! Hey, Friday, Friday!
Finally!
God's sakes, waiting for you to do something today.
Guys.
Jeez.
I think I'm just gonna go rogue today.
Yeah, she's very feral today, so who knows what's
And you
going to
can't
come
even
out.
see my shirt I have on today.
Oh yeah, big brothers, big
You can't.
sisters. Oh, you can't.
No, you only because of my laptop.
And
you
this
only
big
see me.
ass fan in front of you.
You
Yeah.
only see me from my neck up.
That looks good, like a puppy.
I think I'm gonna get a stool to sit on.
Ew.
What if I just raise my? Let's see.
See if you can do it. I don't know. This is Friday. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's not working.
Lots of people.
Go
in
read your
chat.
script.
All right, good day, Friday, Sunnies, and welcome to the happiest place in the Sunnyverse. Wow. The show that runs on good vibes, real stories, and some fabulous spice and tea from the Spice and Tea Exchange, of course, and my flavor of
What
the
are you having
day.
today?
My flavor of
colas?
the day is Earl Grey creme. My mom.
Oh, I like that.
My mom bought me this bag.
I love an Earl Grey.
And I love the Earl Grey creme. It's very, very good. There's like little hints of lavender in there too, which is lovely. All right, so we've got a lot of things to cover today. We've got history that changed the world, a story about a teenager and a box of crayons, and a chef doing something extraordinary right here in our backyard. A man in this community also needs to show up for right now. National news that went viral for all the right reasons. Oh, we got moon talk today. Apparently they're building condos on the moon, and I have a lot of people I'd like to send there.
Can you moonwalk? I can moonwalk.
I can moonwalk, yeah, right. So before we get to this and all that and unpack that with the TLDR or whatever the kids say these days, we got to turn it over to the queen of the sunny snack scene. We do have snacks today. What did we have this morning?
My lip gloss. I forgot to bring it.
My
It's
lip
in my
gloss
bag.
is popping. My lip
It's
gloss
not today
is good.
I look.
You can get it on the commercial break.
Yay! So
So-
we are snacking on Baby Bell cheeses because they're my favorite.
Okay.
And I had a little mini bag of Doritos and a little mini bag of Oreos.
Doritos in the morning.
I love Doritos.
Yeah, Doritos are pretty good. I had a little bag of Nutter Butter cookies and a Baby Bell cheese.
But today is Spinning Friday.
That's right.
And we're launching our brand new Sunny Pride series, Inspo with Day Day. It's a cheap imitation of Inspo with Ashim.
It's a cheap imitation of Inspo by Ashim, but I'm going to try to
Let's
cover.
see if you could do it as, but you know what? No, to really do it,
I
you
needed.
can't look at your notes. You got to just know the shit.
Oh, that is very Ashim. Yes, that definitely.
Let's see. We're going to
definitely.
rate him
No,
on a scale of 0 to 1.
I believe we told you that it is a cheap imitation
it is.
of Ashim. But yeah, we're going to get into that. And I've got a couple stories about one about Chef Ellie Rose
Yeah.
with his major announcement yesterday. Very excited to get into that for Hastings Main Street. And you know, we love talking about Hastings. So that's a really good one. What else do we have on the agenda?
And we've got a legendary chef cooking something unforgettable. You just said that. We also have a GoFundMe story that restores your faith in humanity in
Yes.
like 2.2 seconds flat.
Yeah, I really wanted to talk about that too. It's about a good friend of mine that's gone through something, and the community's going to rally. Of course, Jimmy Jam is involved, which is a really important
Jimmy
organization.
Jam's always involved. I love it.
Yeah, really.
Love.
I got a Sunshine Shenanigans story that might be the ultimate shenanigans of all time about a student that is not intelligent.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
Oh, this one is definitely a level beyond your intelligence. Like, it's just really low. Like, really
Like my
low.
score on the Thunderdome quiz yesterday.
Oh yeah, that was hard. That was a hard one to
Yes.
take for you because you were on such a roll, and now you're in the
The rush messed me up.
you're in the F class of
Yeah,
the
so F that
Thunderdome.
quiz.
Yeah,
How about that?
But
And
this
a coastal
show-
patriotic paint class that requires 0 talent.
Right, and like you care about that story.
And a
It's
maximum
fierce,
fan.
it's fresh, it's Sunny
That's it.
TV.
Yeah.
You screwed up the intro. Let's say hello to the Bailey Group, Slow Down, and Steve Chapman's All American Air. Thank
Do
you.
it.
Be ready for anything with the Bailey Group, an NFP company. Life is full of unexpected moments. Whether it's securing your family's future, protecting your business, or planning for individual wealth, the Bailey Group is here to guide you every single step of the way. Since 1954, the Bailey Group has been a trusted cornerstone of the St. Augustine community. Under the leadership of President Mark Bailey, they've grown from a local agency into a nationally recognized firm, offering tailored solutions for individuals, families, and businesses, with a focus on individual health and life insurance, Medicare solutions, group insurance, and property and casualty commercial coverage. The Bailey Group combines cutting-edge technology, strategic partnerships, and personalized service to deliver the peace of mind you deserve. Give them a call today, 904-461-1800.
Hi, I'm Steve Chapman, owner of All American Air Conditioning and Heating. For over 40 years, we've been serving St. Augustine and the surrounding areas. We're the largest HVAC dealer in St. Johns County, providing high-quality service and products. With courteous technicians responding to your HVAC needs, our expertise will give you confidence in your investment. Family-owned All American Air Conditioning, voted best of St. Augustine for more than 20 years running.
All right, Mel, let's get into that weather report.
All right, here we go. So today is finally Friday. Yay, yay, yay. It's going to be a great day today. Weather is going to be a high of 75.
Nice.
No, a high of 79, but it's going to feel 85.
Oh.
Winds are northeast at 1 mile per hour. And gusts are coming at 3 miles per hour. Air quality is fair, so keep your air purifiers running. Tonight, guys, it's going to drop down. Are you ready? 70 degrees.
Wonderful.
This morning when I got up and I was having coffee out back before the dogs got up, Daisy usually gets up right away with me, but today she slept a little bit longer, which I was fine with. And it was so nice.
My
sitting
girls were
outside.
up and at 'em today. That was a shock. Usually
Yeah.
Birdie is the slower one, but she was up
No.
and ready to go. Dog walk was phenomenal today.
The
That
weather
was a good
was
one.
great.
Let's get into detailsbydean.com.
Yes. All right, so it's not. Let's do our national food holidays.
Okay.
Well, first up is National World Environment Day, which is not really about food, but it keeps us a reminder to love the planet while the planet starts forwarding our calls to voicemail.
Yeah, World Environment Day was established by the United Nations in 1970s. Every year, it focuses global attention on one environmental issue, from pollution or climate action to protecting ecosystems. And I love this because it turns environmental care into a worldwide conversation.
Yes, and now food holidays.
All right.
It's National Gingerbread Day.
Right. Hey, so before when we were going over the script and we were talking about gingerbread, like, have you ever had you never had the ginger snaps cookies? They Sonny's, if you remember this, actually you can still get this. They're in an orange box with a little chef
Black.
on the front. You guys, it's an iconic orange box. They're ginger snap cookies and they're so freaking good. And you don't know anything about them?
No, but I've had like
Interesting.
ginger snap cookies.
And you're not wild about them?
They're okay.
Well, gingerbread has been around for centuries, and in Europe, it was often shaped into decorative figures, hearts, and animals for fairs and festivals. It was basically edible folk art before Pinterest had a password.
And it's National Veggie Burger Day.
Ew.
I do like a veggie burger.
I'm
once in
not
while.
a veggie burger
I like
fan.
a black bean burger better than a veggie burger.
I will give you that. It's okay, as long as I
Yeah.
have sour cream with that, though, right?
That would be good. Yeah, with a little bit of salsa.
But yeah, veggie burgers obviously came into mainstream around the 20th
So a sheep could eat a hamburger,
century.
that's why.
The idea of meatless patties goes back much further through vegetarian cooking traditions using beans, grains, lentils,
Beans,
mushrooms, potatoes, lambs, ham, potatoes.
And it's National Moonshine Day. Have you ever had moonshine?
Yes, I grew. Yep, my dad
Makes my
loved to have moonshine, especially when his buddies were over, and I'll never forget. And by the way, today's my dad's birthday.
Yes,
so
happy heavenly birthday.
Happy heavenly
David
birthday,
Matthew
Dad.
Hartzell the first.
He
Right.
was not the first. He was
wasn't
the
the first?
third. I am
He
the
was the
fourth.
third.
I'm the one that's screwing up the family lineage. Anyway,
Stop.
so we're in the kitchen, and I just remember as a little kid watching this, and my dad was obviously 2 sheets of the wind drunk with his friends, and he went to go for a shot. You guys. I'll never forget it. And they were like, your buddies are around and you go, 1, 2, 3. And he took the shot and he went, boom, right in his eye.
That's how you go blind, I heard.
Right in his eye. Well, he didn't go blind, but I'll never forget that. I don't think Dad drank moonshine after that. But yeah, that's a pretty iconic story in my
I
family.
would not drink moonshine after that either.
Right.
So let's do some notable birthdays, shall we?
Okay.
First up, one of my favorites, Mark Wahlberg.
That's right.
He went from being an actor to a producer. He was a former rapper. Proof of life that absolutely you will rebrand if your abs are persuadable enough.
All I have to say is
Calvin Klein.
Klein put him on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty. Remember that iconic image of him with the Calvin Klein?
Yes.
How do you forget? I mean, God
How,
bless.
what is it? How do you wear your Calvins? Was that the tagline?
Yeah, and I remember as a young closeted gay putting pictures of Marky Mark behind the Janet Jackson poster in my room, so that when like my door was shut, I could take the Janet Jackson poster and move it over, and I would have Marky Mark. And
That's hilarious.
This
And
is life of a gay boy.
Billy Moyer's birthday, the journalist who made interviews feel thoughtful, curious, and a little less like people screaming in a matching blazer.
Yeah, Bill Moyers is one of those respected journalists, iconic over time. Definitely has paved the way for so many people out there. Yeah.
And Kenny G. Happy birthday. I love Kenny G. I
Kenny
do.
G, right? Kenny G is one of the best-selling instrumental musicians of all time, and his 1986 album Duotones helped push smooth jazz into mainstream pop culture.
Yes, and one of the people Davey loves, Troy Sivan.
Yes.
Singer, actor, style creature. And David got to see him in concert last year.
I did. Well, I don't know if he opened for Charlie XCX, but they performed together essentially. But Troy started his career as a YouTube creator and child performer before becoming an international pop artist. His generation of artists who grew up with the internet, and then he used it to build his whole creative world: music, fashion, identity, visuals. This guy's got it going on. He's awesome. Yep.
And today we also, let's do Life Remembered. Ray Bradbury, the author who wrote Fahrenheit 51.
Oh, my. Bradbury wrote Fahrenheit 451, one of the most famous novels about censorship, mass media, and what happens when society stops valuing books and independent thought. Shocker.
And let's go down to, on June 5th, 1981, the CDC published the first ever recognized report of what would now become known as AIDS.
Yeah. The first report involved unusual infections in 5 young men in Los Angeles. It marked the beginning of a global public health crisis that changed medicine, activism, research, and the LGBTQ plus community forever.
Yes, and today in 1284, the date tied to the Pied Piper of Hamelin was basically one of history's creepiest bedtime stories.
It was a creepy story. I
Was
remember
it
this.
a mouse?
Of course, it comes from a German town of Hamelin and may not have been inspired by a real historical event. Over time, it became folktale about broken promises, strange music, and the cost of not honoring your word.
Oh, well, Lord. Let's do, so today in 2018, a rare green sea turtle nest was confirmed in St. Johns County.
Oh, very nice. Loggerheads or something?
Yeah, let's do weird and unexpected. Okay, we're gonna do like 2 more. The hot air balloon getaway. In 1995, a man in Sweden reportedly tried to steal a hot air balloon because,
What?
you know why? He needed to get home.
Oh.
What? And the vending...
It kind of reminds me of The Wizard of Oz. Maybe
Yeah.
that's where that story was kind
Oh,
of...
you know,
that's where I
he
was.
got the idea.
Maybe they got the idea from that.
That's
an
true.
interesting thing. Okay.
And the vending machine cat. In 2014, a British town heard mysterious meowing and discovered a cat trapped inside a vending machine. The cat was rescued unharmed, and I assume immediately requested legal counsel.
Yeah, it's a perfect little weird news story because the mystery had suspense and a tiny little furry little victim. But yeah, this baby was stuck in the vending
but
machine.
he got out.
Yeah.
Hey, but then he got all the snacks. I
that's-
wouldn't
yeah.
be so sad being trapped in a vending machine.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sad to be trapped at any of these local music concerts that are happening. Strum it, drum it, hum it down, Sundays. It's time to make the local music report to make you proud on this Friday, June 5th.
Holy moly.
Heavenly Dad's birthday. Jim Johnson Pierce Pub at 11 a.m. Joshua, Tennessee Worthy at Bin 39 Wine Bar. I'm telling you, you guys got to get over to Bin 39, 1 o'clock. Edwin Barbosa at La Cocina at 1 o'clock. Some weird guy is playing over at Meehan's. I have no idea when his set's going on. Lane Whalen at Pierce Pub at 2 o'clock p.m. David Watt Betsley at Aunt Kate's at 3:30. Damon Slaughter. He just has one of those names that it's almost like Sunday.
You know what's funny when you do some of these names? Even though I hear you do them every day, they still make me laugh.
I
Like when
know.
you go, Mark Hart. I can't do it.
Well, how about Mike Cook at the Guy Harvey Resort at 4 o'clock? John Q at the Milltop Tavern at 4:30. Thick and Thin String Band at Marina Munch at 5. Jeremy Price is going to be playing at the AC Hotel St. Augustine, 5 o'clock. Joshua, Tennessee Worthy at the Boathouse at 5. Southern Social String Band, Hurricane Grill and Wings at 6. Walt Kowicki at Shaughnessy's at 6 o'clock. The Sultry Sounds of Jim Aselta will be at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill at 6. Brett Blackshear, Salt Life Food Shack at 6 o'clock. Kelp at Sabrage. On the Sabrage. That's a fun
I
one.
want to do that. I haven't done that
It's
yet.
awesome. Go on the Sabrage. It's like a water tour, or like
And
a
there's
water
food.
excursion. It's awesome. Yeah, they
I
have
need
a
to do
bar.
that.
It's really, really cool. Christian Powers.
Aw,
You're supposed to say nice kid.
nice kid.
Pierre's
is
Pub
a
at
nice kid.
6:30 p.m. He is a very nice kid. Young the Giant. Ooh, I love them. They're playing at the Amp tonight at 6:30 p.m. Ace Win at Casa Maya, 7 o'clock. One Good Ring. Doesn't that sound like a boy band?
Yeah, it does.
One Good Ring at Colonial Oak Music Park at 7. Walker Road at Fawn McCool's at 7. Hudson Vance, Meehan's at 7. Caleb Joy, he's also going to be at Ponte Vedra playing at 7. Taylor Roberts, Ponte Vedra, also wine bar and restaurant at 7 o'clock. Mishka at Cafe 11 at 8 o'clock. Molly Tuttle at Ponte Vedra Concert Hall. That's a great throwback. Molly Tuttle. Yeah, it's a great. Ponte Vedra Concert Hall, 8 o'clock. Mahuli. They're still playing at Milltop Tavern at 9. Nom at Sarbez at 9. And Versatile at Bar with No Name at 10. And then finishing out tonight, I can't fucking believe that they booked Turk.
Oh.
I'm pissed about it. Let's
Wait,
go to
what?
Great Expectations.
Oh, I just saw that.
People are looking for a company. I want people to have great expectations. We are a small family-owned brokerage. What that means is you get really personalized service and everything is very hands-on. You're not just getting tossed onto the MLS and crossing our fingers. We're very aggressive with our marketing. We're excellent with communication. We have a lot of amazing relationships in the community, so you're getting the advantages of all of those things.
No,
Makes fun.
no,
You know,
not lying, Mal. You're
can
not
I
lying.
can I just say something? You know, I got a lot to say all the time.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is it, and maybe it's just me, I don't know, maybe you guys can help me, but it seems like when you're a good person and you work hard and you bust your hiney, you always end up getting screwed. But the people who are like the a-holes in the world and they do the wrong thing and they're shady, they always seem to come out ahead.
Weird.
I don't know. Let's keep it moving with some sunny things.
Let's keep it moving on the Sunnyverse. You're right. Guys, we're going to get into Inspo by Day Day today.
Yes.
Unbelievable. We're going to be diving into our Pride chats all this month because it's Pride Month. We're going to be talking about the spark that became a movement. We're talking about Stonewall today and the road to
Yeah,
Pride.
I don't know much about this.
Yeah, well, Pride is, most people think it's a party and most people think it's, about glitter and music and dancing in the street and liberation and freedom. It is, but the history behind it is a lesson that most of us were never taught in school. So today, while Ashim is out of town, I want to step into this space and tell you something real, because before Pride was a celebration, before all the flags and the confetti, it was confrontation. And understanding that confrontation is the only way to fully understand what we're actually honoring every June. So back in the 1960s, being gay in America was not socially stigmatized. It was criminalized. In the United States, same-sex relationships were illegal. In New York City, a law called disorderly conduct statute was used to arrest people simply for gathering in gay bars. The state liquor authority could revoke a bar's license for serving gay customers. Laws against masquerading allowed police to arrest people wearing clothing that did not match their assigned
moly.
sex at birth. I know.
I didn't know all this.
3 or more gay people gathered in public could be considered a criminal nuisance. The only spaces that the LGBTQ plus people could gather, dance or flirt or breathe were often spaces that were operated on the edge of legality. Gay bars were frequently owned or controlled by organized crime because mainstream businesses wouldn't take the risk. And even those spaces weren't safe. Police raids were routine. Officers would come in, line up, and check their identification, humiliate them, arrest them. Names ended up in newspapers, jobs were lost, families were shattered. The message
Oh,
consistent
man.
and clear: you are not allowed to exist in public. Fast forward to June 28th, 1969. We're going to the Stonewall Inn. The Stonewall Inn sat on famous Christopher Street in Greenwich Village in Manhattan. It was a mafia-operated bar, 2 rooms, no running water behind the bar, watered-down liquor drinks, but it was only the few places in New York City where gay men, lesbians, drag queens, and transgender people could dance together freely. For people with nowhere else to go, Stonewall was something. It was a community. In the early morning hours of June 28, 1969, New York City police raided the Stonewall Inn. That was not unusual. Raids happened regularly, but something that night was different. People resisted. As patrons were being led outside, a crowd gathered on Christopher Street when officers arrested and roughly handled several individuals, including trans women, drag queens. The crowd's energy shifted. People threw coins, bottles, and debris. Officers retreated inside the bar.
Yeah.
The crowd surged. The uprising spread and continued for several nights across the village. The people who were there, history has a habit of centering the most respectable faces of a movement. But the people at Stonewall who resisted most visibly were often those with the least to lose, because they'd already lost so much. Trans women, drag queens, homeless queer youth, people of color, people living at the very margins of already marginalized communities. Marsha P. Johnson, one of my all-time favorite activists. She's a black trans woman, activist, tireless community organizer, and one of the most visible figures of the Stonewall Uprising and its aftermath. Also being shout out is Sylvia Riviera, a Latina trans activist, co-founder of Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, which also called STAR, provided shelter and support for homeless queer youth. Stormy De La Vere, mixed race lesbian, believed that many witnesses to have helped ignite the crowd's resistance that night in the raid. So these were not polished political figures. These were people who had been pushed to the bottom of every single social system and still showed up. Still fought, still refused to be erased. Their names deserve to be said out loud.
Their pictures?
Picture number 3, it would be one. Yeah, look at that. That is part of the, I don't want to say riot. I think this was more of an uprising.
Yeah.
Just because they were just pushed in such a corner of life for so long, and they fought back. And this was, it caught everybody by surprise that gay people actually fought back at something, because for years they've just been kind of tormented by all of these different regulations and the police. So weeks after Stonewall, the Gay Liberation Front and Gay Activists Alliance from New York City, a new era of organized, visible activism begins. So then we go to June 28th, 1970. The next year, the first Pride marches take place in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and San Francisco to mark the one-year anniversary of Stonewall. That is why Pride Month is in June. The American Psychiatric Association in 1973 removed homosexuality from its list of mental disorders, a direct result of sustained advocacy and visibility following Stonewall. In the 1980s, of course, we had the AIDS crisis. The community forged a Stonewall is tested by the AIDS epidemic. Groups like ACT UP demand government response through the direct action. Tens of thousands die. The community does not disappear. And then fast forward to 2003, the U.S. Supreme Court strikes down sodomy laws in Lawrence versus Texas, making same-sex relationships legal nationwide for the first time. Can you imagine? 2003, Mel.
That's
I was
crazy to me.
23 years old, and I was finally allowed to be not illegal. Can
This
you
is
imagine?
crazy.
So 2015, the Supreme Court, of course, Obergefell and versus Hodges, that same-sex marriage would have a constitutional right to marry, a watershed moment for 46 years in the making. I'll never forget where I was. It was such a moment. I still have chills to this day, because I never in my wildest imagination ever believed that that was going to be coming to fruition. Then in 2016, President Obama designates the Stonewall Inn a national monument, the first U.S. national monument dedicated to LGBTQ plus history.
Why
So-
does it all matter?
It does matter because progress since Stonewall has been real. Marriage equality, anti-discrimination projections, visibility in media, politics, and public life that was unimaginable in 1969. These are not small things. These are a result of decades of people putting themselves on the line, and the fight is not over. Across the country right now, legislative battles over transgendered rights, school curriculum, healthcare access, and public accommodation continue. The people who pushed back at Stonewall did not do it so future generations could resist. They did it so future generations could keep going. Here in St. Augustine, this story is not abstract. Every person in this community who is LGBTQ+, who loves someone that is LGBTQ+, who teachers are raised and befriends someone this history belongs to you too. It belongs to all of us. Pride began on the sidewalk outside of a bar at 1 a.m. when exhausted people finally said, enough. From that moment, a movement grew. And from that movement, more people got to live honestly, got to live openly, got to take up space without apology. Every rainbow flag this month carries that weight, and it carries the joy that also brings the truth. Both things matter. Stonewall was a spark, but what lit it was love. Love for a community, love for freedom, love for a future where nobody has to hide to survive. That's our inspo for today. I think it's such an important lesson to learn.
Let me tell you something. I didn't know any of this. I
Yeah.
am today years old, but I will tell you.
I'm glad to teach you. That's
It
fun.
makes me so proud of you, and I'm getting
I
like
love
choked
you.
up for you to be able to like be in a space where you can talk about this and
It's
bring it to
true.
people. Because I'll tell you this much: if anybody were to come for you because of
Oh, this I know.
who you are,
Yeah.
they'd have to go through me first. But the fact that when you said I was 23 years old, my brain went, "Holy shit!"
Right. Your whole life, you were
And-
treated like you were
But
disgusting.
the fact that you got to sit there and do this inspiration about it and educate all of us, coming from you, coming from my best friend in all the land,
Yeah.
like
Thank you. You know, I get very, I'm very emotional when it comes to talking about this because I've always been told that it's disgusting and that I was a gross little boy, you know, because that's what I have a famous T-shirt that says "Ooh, David," and it is from Schitt's Creek, but for me, it just reminds me so much of how, you know, it was just, you know, conversion camps and things that, you know, you go through as a young gay youth, and you're just always questioning yourself even when you go to use the restroom. I mean, it's just so uncanny to me how the things that I personally have to think about before I enter a space that most people just take for granted.
Right.
That most people just are still breathing the air and it's no big deal. But for me, I'm a large person, and I know that I'm going to be targeted no matter what. And I think that that's why this year, for us, being selected as Grand Marshal is such an honor. And I know St. Augustine gay scene is very tiny. I mean, literally very, very tiny. But for me, it's such a mighty thing to be able to walk with pride and feel that freedom that people take for granted every single day.
Well, I'm so proud of you. You amaze me every day, like how you move it and groove it. But building Sunny TV, and you have your own platform. And you know, David, I think, to be honest, when a lot of people meet you and they really get to know you, I think their opinions of homosexuality do change.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're the poster child. Maybe you are the poster child.
But that's why I moved here.
But I think
and
that's-
stayed
you
because
are-
I want to teach people. I want people to understand that it is not a threat or it is not a perversion. It's more than that. It's just people being people, and I want to celebrate that in all different cultures, not just gay, but I mean in all different walks of life. That's what Sunny TV truly is about.
Absolutely.
Is because the sun rises by herself every single day and shines in all of her glory, and it just shines a light and positivity to people that's just missing. And sure, I mean, I'm sure there's people that were listening to this chat this morning and exited the chat because
And that's okay.
And that's okay. And like you said the other day with House of Prism, keep it moving. And if it's not for you, then good.
That's
But-
why you could keep scrolling.
Right. But our freedom is absolutely not taken for granted. And I am proud to see how the movement, you know, changed everything. Stonewall really, it wasn't the first moment, which I think we talked about, but it was definitely the catalyst that
Yeah.
got the ball rolling. And I used to take pride for granted. I said that too on House of Prism.
Yeah.
And it was just a big party and, you
So
know,
when you started doing-
poppers in the street.
But when you started doing the research for the segment you did today, were you like, holy crap?
No, I knew about it. Yeah.
Did you learn? When you were doing the research, did you learn like a new fact you didn't know?
Yes, I did. That it was even more. The gay community wasn't united at that time. The lesbians were angry with the gay white men. Were taking all of the narrative from this. I found that very fascinating on my research. The Latinas, the drag queens, the Latina drag queens, were also upset because the lesbians weren't giving them any attention. It was like.
So they were fighting with amongst themselves.
The house was in disarray, but the Stonewall kind of this moment,
Joined together.
everybody kind of put their boxing gloves down and were like, you know what?
Let's
we need
fight
to come
together.
together and we need to make this for the greater good. And that was an earth-shattering kind of moment.
It just amazes me that the fact that you can do that presentation and people are in comments like, I love cheering you on. Like, I'm serious. This was a huge moment for
Yeah.
you, my friend, and I'm so proud. You amaze me every day.
Thank you.
And
I love you so
and
much.
I will drag a bitch in the streets for you. I hope you know.
My rude awakening moving here was when I managed Starbucks over at the beach. And this was like during the recession, the Great Recession. What was it, 2009, 2010, something like that? And somebody handed me a $2 bill and said, "Here, have some queer money." And
Ew.
I know, but like,
That's like-
it just set me so back in my, because I'm coming from New York
Were
City.
you like, what?
Like, I literally like had glitter coming out of my ass from New York City. Like, I was just here and I'm queer and everyone's gonna have to get used to it. But until you actually experience something hateful like that, it just set me back in my boots. And I saw that as a challenge of a community that didn't have the education
Yeah.
and had fear about it. And I think that I made this incredible painting of a $2 bill and I graffitied queer over
I've
it.
seen it. It's at your house.
Yeah, and it's it's iconic for me because it's in my bathroom and I see it every day because it just reminds me of never take these moments for granted because you just never know around the corner that someone could, my mom is completely nervous about us being grand marshals at Pride, and I had to talk to her last night because she was like, "Please be safe," and I'm like, "Mom, I'm not looking
we're
for
gonna be
danger." But as
She
a
worries about you. It's your mom.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I'm trying to get through is that my mom is just being a mom, and she is nervous because you just never know when you walk in Pride and on these parades. You do have the people that pick it on the side, and that you're an abomination and you're disgusting.
I'll bring pepper spray. Don't worry, Susan.
I'm just saying, like,
And a
because
taser.
it is a very scary moment
Absolutely.
for people to project that kind of hatred at you. Is just it sets you back.
And it's kind of funny because when I managed a gay bar in Nashville,
Yeah.
I like ran the whole place. I had this lesbian came to the bar. I kicked her out. I was trying to kick her out because she was intoxicated and she was throwing pills on the
Being
bar. And it
ridiculous,
was being a
yeah.
hot mess. So I told the security, "Let's get her out of here." She looked at me and she called me. I've never heard this before. She said, "You're nothing but a breeder," and threw a drink in my face. And I stood there and I'm like, I looked at Courtney, the man I was bartending with, and I'm like, "Courtney, what the hell does that mean? A breeder?" He goes, "You're supposed to be upset." I'm like, "How can I be upset about something I don't know?" Apparently,
You
it's a
procreate.
derogatory term
It
for a
is.
straight person.
Yep.
And I have this drink spilled all over me, and I'm like, not even mad. I'm confused. But it's so funny because the world we live in, I think people this day and age are just looking for something to hate.
Yeah.
Like, I know I hate a lot of things like Jell-O and cilantro.
Yeah, but that's kind of tongue in cheek.
But as far as like,
but no, they have a genuine hatred, which is
but
that's
that
very
doesn't-
scary.
It doesn't compute in my brain.
Yeah.
Like, I can't hate someone because of like something they are or a culture. Like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't. So when people have these strong hatreds for different cultures or like LGBTQIA, I did it without looking. Yeah, go me.
Good job.
That is just so far removed from my brain that I'm like, what, why?
And we need more people like you out there that are curious and compassionate at the same time. And that's the secret of life is to have love always. Always enter a room with love. And you have to be curious and you have to be compassionate. It may not be for you. I'm not trying to recruit anyone or, and please, I wouldn't want a life of
Listen, I'll tell you this
uphill
much.
both ways.
You could, even if you tried, you could never be the kind of person that is going to persuade someone to hate someone because you're not a hateful person.
No, yeah.
You couldn't do that.
Only for that last person on that music report.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Oh,
let's
my
get over
God.
to Maritime Creative and Flashes and Brilliance. Maritime Vibe Check!
Fresh version.
When the lights come on and the magic begins,
There's a crew behind the scenes that always wins.
Maritime Creative, they set the stage.
From sound to lights to video waves.
Big show, small space, doesn't matter a bit.
They show up, they glow up, they make it all lit.
No panic, no chaos, just smooth, clean flow.
They take a wild idea and make it glow.
need a vibe, they build it.
Have a dream, they get it.
From spark to spotlight, they never forget it.
I trust them, I love them, they come on through.
Maritime Creative, that's the real stuff, boo.
So if you want your moment to rise and shine,
Call the crew that always gets it right every time. It's Maritime. Got gold? Got silver? Got a drawer full of what even is this? Then it's time to cash in with Flashes and Brilliance, Northeast Florida's most trusted gold buyers. They're not just buying gold, they're buying silver, rare coins, fine watches, estate jewelry, and all the sparkle you forgot you had. Don't just sit on your treasure. Turn it into cash today. Call John and Steph, the pros who make it easy. 904-540-7617. It's fast, it's friendly, it's flashes and brilliance. Because your buried treasure belongs in your bank account.
Okay.
Oh, I like what Nicole said.
What did she say?
Nicole said, I always say people that hate are the people that are just jealous. Yes, Nicole.
I mean, true. And I do want to talk about the word jealousy. I'm going another tangent, but jealousy has such a bad stigma, and because we were all trained.
it can be both.
That jealousy is a bad thing. It can also be a catalyst for change,
Yeah.
because jealousy internally just means that you want something, that there's something that you are missing in life, and it should inspire you to change that. So I don't know. There are some negative sides to jealousy. I get it, but if you ever have that feeling of, God, I'm just so jealous, that means you want something. So go and get it. Speaking of going and get it, we got this great event that I'm going to be talking about. The Cultural Council, Zora Sojourn, is hosting Zora's Table, a Juneteenth Sunday supper on Sunday, June 21st from 4:30 to 7 o'clock on 184 San Marco Avenue, which I believe is the Waterworks building.
Yes.
The intimate Juneteenth weekend event honors the legendary legacy of Zora Neale Hurston.
And I learned about her here on Sunday TV. I had no idea anything about her.
She wrote "Their Eyes Were Watching God," and
Yes,
it
I
is
knew that book, but I didn't
incredible
know, like-
book. Yeah, that she's right here, and literally
Her house is down the street from you.
she's like my neighbor.
I
yeah.
see it every time I leave your house.
It's now a
So
really
cool.
really famous Airbnb that you can rent out.
so cool.
It is a really cool. They really did it beautifully and kind of fixed it up really special. But yeah, Zora had a lot of roots here in our town, and I love that the Cultural Council is going to be celebrating this. Can you talk about the guests and where they're gathering?
All right, guests will gather around the table for an elevated family-style soul food supper by Chef Colleen Anderson, featuring dishes like Cajun barbecue shrimp and grits, shrimp and grits, yum, 7-hour pot roast, fried drums, collard greens with smoked turkey,
Yes.
white cheddar mac with chip crumble, and candied yam cheesecake. I'm done.
Ooh,
I'm
when
going.
did we say this was?
This is on Sunday, June 21st from 4:30 to 7.
Oh, I gotta go to this.
The evening will also include poetry, original poetry by Ebony Payne English.
Nice.
Musical entertainment by Mara Stone, and a live painting by St. Augustine artist Danielle Torrey.
That's right. Artbox 137. Shout out.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh, this is really cool. I bet
Tickets
that-
are on Eventbrite. Check that out. All right, we have this another really cute event too that was just put in my attention. Splatter and Pour is hosting Stars and Stripes in Salt Air, a fun acrylic paint class that's happening this Saturday. No, next Saturday, right? Yeah, next
the
Saturday,
13th.
June 13th, 10:30 a.m. at the Coconut Barrel. Very
Oh,
cool.
that's so cool. That's in the mall.
Yeah, the mall. What is it
The
called?
mall church.
2121 or something.
Yeah.
The class celebrates coastal vibes in America's 250th birthday with a whimsical, patriotic beach painting full of stars, stripes, and salty air energy. Do you have to have experience?
No, you could just go and have fun.
Wonderful.
Okay?
Wonderful.
All right, 48 hours in advance. You will not get a refund unless you cancel 48 hours in advance. But go online, register. Space is totally limited.
Oh, I love that. Oh, big announcement yesterday with Hastings Main Street. I'm trying to tag him in, but I didn't have a chance. Chef Ellie Rose, our girl. Remember she was on the show?
I love her.
Me too.
Again, I'm going to say it. The only person in the world who could make me eat kale.
Honestly,
and like it.
She is such a talent, you guys.
Yes.
Ellie has been a friend of Sunny TV for a long time, and every time she walks into the room, the whole energy shifts. True story.
Let's tag her.
Not because she demands it, because she earns it, and she is, without question, one of the most gifted culinary minds we have ever had the honor of knowing. And on June 27th, she is bringing something truly special to the heart of Hastings. The Gathering Table is an intimate multi-course seasonal dinner experience with handcrafted cocktails, past hors d'oeuvres, live music, and locally sourced ingredients prepared by a chef who has cooked in the best kitchens all over, especially in New York City, and studied culinary traditions across more than 50 countries, and still continues to come home to Northeast Florida and pour all of that into our beautiful community. Talk about because the dinner itself.
All right, so it's not just a dinner itself, it's a fundraiser. Every ticket sold supports Hastings Main Street.
Love.
An organization working hard to breathe new life into a town with deep roots and a story worth preserving.
Cool.
Hastings was once known as the potato capital of Florida.
Yes.
A thriving agricultural railroad community that shaped its whole region. After decades of decline, the people of Hastings are fighting to get back what they built.
Love it. So let's get that details
yes.
of the event. Saturday, June 27th, 5:30 p.m. Ticket price is $125 a person. Includes dinner and cocktails, a multi-course seasonal menu.
Yes.
Very, very cool. Go to hastingsfl.org. Get your
Guys,
tickets.
I'm telling you, if Chef Ellie Rose is involved, you will not be disappointed.
Yeah.
And you won't go hungry. She does a good portion
the most
size.
memorable meals, honestly. Chef Ellie is always usually involved in town, so it's just very, very special when she was there.
I'll tell you. Let me tell you some.
Yeah, let me tell you something too. Somebody that's very, very special to this
Oh,
community.
wait a minute.
We do. We have. Oh yeah. What do you mean? We have Chef Ellie's picture up there.
I forgot to put it up.
That's okay. We remember what she looks like.
There she is.
Beautiful.
Okay.
All right. Here is something from that I was brought to attention. I just donated to from Jimmy Jam. Which the people who give back the most are always the last to ask for anything back. This is not a coincidence. This is just who they are. A good friend of mine, Ryan King, is one of those people. If you spend any time in the barbecue community, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Ryan is the person in the room who says the thing everyone else is dancing around, the one who pulls you aside and tells you the truth, not because it's easy, because he actually cares what happens to you. Part advice column, part conscience, entirely genuine, and somehow every single time you walk away grateful he said it. He's an amazing human being.
Really, and he knows how to make a mean barbecue.
Ooh, child, you ain't lying about that. He's always winning awards, right?
Yes.
But the part of Ryan that most people don't see, the quiet part, the behind the scenes part, the part that he is showing up for people in ways that they never even knew about. Because Ryan doesn't do it for recognition. He does it because that's just who he is. Recently, Ryan shared a health diagnosis with people around him. No big announcement, no fundraising ask, just Ryan being Ryan and honestly being private, handling it the way that he handles everything, one conversation at a time. And the community responded in the way that communities are supposed to. They said, we see you, we got you, and now let us show up the way that you've always shown up for us. A donation fund has been set up through Jimmy Jam Community Outreach to help cover the cost of Ryan's medication. This is not charity, this is community paying something forward to a man who has been paying forward his entire life. There is a difference. Ryan King is exactly the difference.
Yes, Ryan did not come forward asking for help. He shared his diagnosis privately, one person at a time. Every bit of the response mobilizing around him has come from people who know him.
Uphill battle with leukemia, guys. This is a tough one.
And I'll tell you, you can donate through Jimmy Jam Outreach. They do Venmo and Zelle. They're also available, so you can give whatever works for you. The medication costs are real and ongoing. This isn't a one-time emergency. It's a kind of sustained financial pressure that grinds people down quietly over time.
Right.
Every contribution, large or small, directly reduces that weight. Now, you don't have to know Ryan personally to be part of this. Sharing his story is one form of sharing, and that's a form of a donation as well. So if you don't have the funds, share the story.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we know something about St. Johns County.
Absolutely.
We are a community that loves and gives and does.
And he is always a part of that community.
Yes.
So it's time for us to flip the script and rally for Ryan.
You know-
Incredible dude. Follow Jimmy Jam Community Outreach.
Absolutely. I got another question for all of our Sunnies out there. And maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm a little bit cynical. I don't understand. But you always hear about these people who are such good people. And things happen to them that you're like, why do things happen to those people? But then you have these people who are not good people, and they're completely like healthy and ongoing. Like, I don't understand why things work the way they do sometimes.
I think the universe or God, whatever you believe in, is trying to show you something. And I know that this is such a horrific thing that's been happening, or that is happening to Ryan. But I know that he is such a strong human being that he can handle it and he can get through it. And God doesn't give any of that crap to just anybody. He gives it to the people that can handle it. And I know he can, and we can rise up as a community and help him get to that finish line. I believe in him, and I think everyone rallies around Jimmy Jam. Such a
Absolutely.
great organization. Guys, we're going to take a quick break with Old Town Trolley and St. Augustine Attractions.
Sit back and relax and take it easy, baby, and let it go as Old Town Trolley's licensed and talented tour conductors share over 500 years of St. Augustine history. Guests will enjoy the city's European flavor, brick-lined streets, and sites such as the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Henry Flagler's former Ponce de Leon Hotel. This 90-minute tour features 22 stops and covers more than 100 points of interest. Guests can use their ticket all day for on and off reboarding. You got to check out hometownpass.com. St. Augustine isn't just a destination, it's an experience. From historic streets to the unforgettable adventures, the city is full of moments waiting to happen. But here's the move. Don't just guess your way through it. Go where the Sunnies find the most trusted attractions. The St. Augustine Attractions Association. Dozens of the best experiences all in one place. From history to hidden gems and everything in between. Plan smarter, explore deeper, experience more. Go to StAugustineFLAttractions.com because here you don't just visit St. Augustine, you live it.
Oh, just when we can't pull on the heartstrings enough.
I just said to David on the commercial, I said, oh my God, this show with the heartstrings moment. Like when you were giving us your inspo session, like I started getting teary-eyed.
I know.
You know, and then I got teary-eyed against Ryan. Like, what are you trying to do here?
Here we go again.
Oh, Jesus.
This is a beautiful story, though. Okay, this lady, she was pushing a cart, and the internet decided she deserved arrest. Okay. Brooklyn Green went to the movies with her grandparents on a Saturday night, and she left with a mission. As a 21-year-old, she walked out of the AMC Theater in Tennessee, and she noticed an elderly woman making her way through the lobby, quietly and steadily pushing a cleaning cart. Nothing flashy about it, no dramatic moment, just an older woman doing her job at an hour when most people her age are at home for the night. Something about it stopped Brooklyn cold. She took a short video from behind to protect the woman's privacy, drove home, posted it to the TikTok, and started a GoFundMe with a simple goal to help this woman enjoy retirement that she deserves. Within 24 hours, her campaign raised over $100,000. And by the time Brooklyn went back to the theater to find her to actually tell her what had happened, the total was climbing past $135,000. More than 7,100 people from across the country had quietly clicked the button and said, yes, this matters, count me in. The woman's name is Mary Ellen Iron. She didn't know any of it was happening, and when Brooklyn presented her with the news, with the number, what strangers had done for her, I want you to imagine that for a moment. An elderly woman who showed up to work, did her job with dignity, and woke up to find that the internet, the same internet that can feel so cold and so loud, had decided quietly and collectively to take care of her. This is the story underneath the headline, not just the money. The fact that the 21-year-old moved by something that she saw on an ordinary Saturday night and made it possible for over 7,000 people to do something kind. It's a viral moment that a community deciding what it values.
Oh my God, you guys. Here's, so by the numbers, $145,000 plus was totally raised.
Okay.
7,100 plus donors, individual, 40 in less than 48 hours from the first post to national story. So the campaign first went wide on when X user at GoFish77 shared the video on Sunday morning. At that point, it had only raised $18,000.
Still.
The repost reached millions and accelerated it, crossing the $100,000 mark
I
in
want
less
this
than
girl to do
24
my
hours.
TikTok. That's good.
Brooklyn acknowledged both concerns directly about filming her to keep her, filming her from the back, and made it clear that Mary Ellen would decide what to do with the funds. The GoFundMe goal was set at $200,000, and the campaign reached over $145,000.
That's amazing.
You guys, so
I did dive in a little bit deeper on this story.
Mary Ellen was surprised with the total during a return visit to the theater, which Brooklyn promised to share with the 9 million plus people following.
So I dove in a little bit further on this story, it's really, really awesome. Mary Ellen, that's her name, yeah, Mary Ellen volunteers a lot of her time at a homeless shelter, so she donated the money to the homeless shelter. She said the reason why she works is because she wants to keep everything moving and flowing and going, but she said she was so moved by it that she's now moving it over to the organization that she works with. I think that's such a beautiful story.
And that brings me to another point. There's something seriously wrong with our country that to be able to retire, it's getting more and more unreachable. Like I'm 45, and I'm like,
by the
Jim
time
is 55, so he's basically staring down the barrel of retirement, and we have this conversation all the time. And I think we're going to be working till we're 90.
yeah. I mean, that's why I honestly created Sunny TV so that we could have something to do.
We can have something to do.
Well, I mean, I don't
But we
want
don't sit
to. I
still
don't want to
well.
go work for corporate America or anything like that, or be for Publix or anything. I know I want to have a big mouth and talk about
Yeah, there's got to be.
DJ Snack Pack playlist.
Yes,
for,
all right, Mom, this first one's for you. He's your favorite.
May the good Lord be with you down every road you roam. May the sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. And may you grow to be proud, dignified, and true. Forever young, forever young, forever young. That's
Forever
right.
Young was released in 1998 on Rod Stewart album Out of the Order. And Stewart had said the song was inspired by his children and the feelings of love, protection, and hope to be a parent, and hope as a parent for his kids.
I know. It's such a great song. I love that song.
Here we go. What's up next?
Turn your love around. Don't you let me down.
George Benson's Turn Your Love Around. I love this song. Another yacht rock classic.
I know, it was.
Turn Your Love Around was released in 1981, and the song was written by Bill Champlin, Jay Graydon, and Steve Lutker.
Oh, he's from Toto.
Oh, yeah, he is.
That's right.
So the song won Grammy for Best R&B Song in 1983.
Good for that.
Turn Your Love Around became one of George
Turn your
Benson's
love around.
biggest R&B crossover hits.
Yeah.
I love it. Next
I
up.
love that.
Okay, let's see if we can do this one.
Hey now,
Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know that they won't win. Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over was released in 1986 on Crowded House's debut album. The song was written by Neil Finn, and it became Crowded House's biggest international hit and reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the U.S.
Yeah.
This song is often interpreted as a message of resilience, holding on, and not letting outside pressure break your spirit. Kind of like David's inspo today.
Yeah, kind of like it. Those were great choices.
The song has been covered by many artists over the years, including Sixpence None the Richer,
That's right.
Miley Cyrus, and Ariana Grande with
Nothing
Miley
like
Cyrus.
the original, though. Just gotta
No.
say. Actually, Ariana's is pretty good. Ooh, let's get into shenanigans.
Oh my God, go.
Because
We need a laugh after all this heartbreak
is
today.
Iconic. We've all been to school with someone that was very dense.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here
Oh,
again.
this one's going to make you seem like Einstein. Okay,
Oh,
here we
yes.
go. All right. It's not uncommon as a teacher to have students who are a bit behind the curve in certain aspects, but 99.99999% of the time, they are keen on something. They may not understand how to identify a noun or what the theme is, but they somehow know how to make mean plate of nachos, right? Everyone's got a talent.
Oh, man, yeah.
Well, I thought of this was the rule when I was teaching until I met Kevin. We're going to call him Kevin.
Oh,
Kevin
God.
isn't his real name, but it doesn't matter because he can't spell it anyway. Kevin was a student of mine during the last year of teaching. He came to my classroom with a very little to show for his academic past. He had moved a few times and thus was missing a lot of typical test scores that we used to try to ballpark their ability. You know what I mean? Like you were trying to figure out like where he was academically. I thought, that's fine. I'll just do some one-on-one with Kevin to see what's up. One-on-one with Kevin was like conversing with someone who'd forgotten everything in a freak, if not impossible, amnesia incident. There was no evidence that he had learned anything in the past second grade, and now he was in 9th grade. Flabbergasted, I figured we needed to get more serious with this. If he was going to be in my class, I needed to know why and how. I decided to meet with him, his guidance counselor, his parents, and another teacher to see what was really going on. This is where it all became crystal clear.
Oh, jeez.
It was some incredible fluke that his family hadn't been wiped off the face of the earth years ago.
God.
Odds are his entire heritage was based on blind luck and some type of sick divine intervention that saves his family every time a threat presents himself. Kevin was the genetic pinnacle of this null achievement. Even in my instructional lead, a woman who could find a redeeming trait in a bar log failed to see any reason this kid or his family should be alive today.
Oh my God.
Here are a list of events that made it abundantly clear that God exists and he's laughing uncontrollably. Kevin frequently forgot when and where class was. On more than one occasion,
Did he have an accident or something?
I actually had to retrieve him from other classrooms. Kevin ate an entire 24-pack of crayons, puked, and then did it again the next day. This is 9th grade. I have no idea where he got the crayons. Kevin's dad wrote a tuition check and mailed them to me. His English teacher. This was a public school. When I gave it back to Kevin, voided it to give back to his dad with a brief note explaining that this is a public school, Kevin got in trouble for trying to spend it at a 7-Eleven after school. Kevin was removed from the culinary
Is this
arts.
real?
Oh yes, Kevin was removed from the culinary arts program after leaving a cutting board on the gas stove and starting a fire. Not once, but twice.
Oh.
Kevin threw his lunch at the school resource officer and tried to run away. He ran into a door instead and insisted it wasn't him. Kevin also stole my phone during class. I called it, it rang. He denied that it was ringing, not that it wasn't his, not that he didn't do it. No, he denied that the
it's not
phone
ringing.
was actually ringing. Yeah, he tried it 3 times before the end of the year. Kevin called the basketball coach a MF bitch during gym. Basketball tryouts were that afternoon. Kevin tried out. It did not go well.
Oh, God.
Kevin's mom could never remember what school he went to, so she missed several meetings because she drove to other schools, none of which he ever went to. Kevin tased himself in the neck before a football game. Kevin kept a bottle of orange Kool-Aid in his backpack for about 4 months. He thought it would turn into alcohol. He drank it during homeroom and threw up. Kevin stole other students' iPhones and tried to sell it back to them.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Kevin didn't understand what his grade was, dependent on tests, quizzes, homework, classroom, and participation. Kevin finished his first semester with a 3% average. He tried to bribe me with $11. Kevin spit on a girl and said, "You should get out of those wet clothes." The girl was the Spanish student teacher. Kevin didn't know dogs and cats were different animals. Kevin tried to download porn on a computer in the library at the circulation desk while he was logged on. Kevin asked a girl to go to prom. Listen, he was in 9th grade and freshmen don't go to prom, but by asking her phone number and then texting her his address. Kevin got gum in his hair constantly. Kevin regularly tried to cheat on assignments by knocking the pile over, grabbing one test before I had to pick them all up, and then writing his name on it wherever it was in the room. Kevin had several allergies, but neither his parents nor he could remember what they were. They were very concerned that the holiday party, it's a high school, we don't have those, would have peanuts. When they finally got a doctor's note, he was allergic to amoxicillin. Kevin and his parents took a trip to Nassau. How the F did they even get the airline tickets is beyond me. They forgot their luggage at home. I didn't believe him when he told me until I talked to his mom, who told me the first thing when I saw her at the bi-weekly meeting. Kevin's grandfather apparently died in a chainsaw accident. I can only assume God was looking the other way that day.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God. Okay, so what else happened? Update. Okay. Kevin is doing pretty well. This is about 10 years later since this teacher has saw Kevin as a student. Since then, he graduated on time, gotten married, and has a house. He works as a sous chef for a fairly high-end restaurant in town, and he's taken some community college classes, which leads me to believe he might be looking at going out on his own career-wise. I think largely he just grew out of the stupidity that most kids eventually grow up
Either
with.
he stopped smoking weed.
Woo! Kevin, the worst student in history.
Oh my God, my mom said he was trying to be an entrepreneur selling the phones back.
Oh my God, that is just so funny.
Let's do-
Kevin!
Movies of yesteryear. First up, somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight. American Tail.
That's right, Fievel.
An animated classic from 1986 that gave us Fievel Mousekewitz, immigration, family separation, giant feelings, tiny mites, and one song that still emotionally attacks people at the grocery store.
There are no cats in America, and the streets are met with cheese.
I love it. An American Tail was directed by Don Bluth and produced by Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg became interested in working with Don Bluth after The Secret Life of Nim. He was impressed by Bluth's ability to bring back that rich and classic animation style.
I always wanted the Fievel stuffed animal. I never got it for
Mom,
Christmas.
you gotta get it.
I never got it for Christmas.
Fievel was named after Spielberg's grandfather.
Oh.
His grandfather's Yiddish name was Fievel.
Oh.
The family follows a Russian Jewish mouse family
Love it.
immigrating to America in the 1880s.
I want to rewatch this.
Yeah, I do too.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, Sonnies, we are wrapping up what truly has been a beautiful, meaningful, fabulous week here on Sunny TV. This was one of those weeks where you stop a second to think, wow, we are really doing something special here. We started this incredible St. Augustine Pride announcement, and I still do not think my heart has fully landed back into my body on that one. Sunny TV has been named the Grand Marshal of Pride Fest with House of Prism,
Yay.
and that is not something we take lightly. This is joy, visibility, community, and love standing proudly in the sunshine. And every single person who has ever needed to feel seen, celebrated, protected, or simply welcomed exactly as they are, please know this, Sunny TV is walking with you, cheering for you, and proudly standing beside you. Then we had Aaron, remember, from All
Yes.
American Air, reminding us what it means when a local business does more than just serve a community. They show up for it, they invest in it, and they care about the people who call this place home. Of course, we have Renee on Wednesday, totally St. Augustine, our local queen of what to do, where to go, and how to live your best St. Augustine life, bringing us the heartbeat of this town with all of the events, energy, and local flavor we love. And of course, how could we forget Teresa from yesterday's conversation, Epic Behavioral Healthcare, and Talkable Communities, helping us open conversations that truly matter, conversations about mental health, support, connection, and how to make sure people know that they are not alone. And that's what this week is about. Pride, community, service, connection, mental health, local love, and a whole lot of Sunny spirit. What a fabulous week to be a Sunny. And our guests, our sponsors, our partners, our viewers, our behind-the-scenes magic makers, and every single person who shares, comments, watches, laughs, cries, and keeps showing up with us, thank you. You are the reason this little corner of the Sunnyverse keeps shining. So as we head into the weekend, take that sunshine with you. Be kind, be bold, check on your people, celebrate who you are, support local, protect your peace, and never underestimate the power of showing up with heart. This is absolutely all of us here from Sunny TV and the Sunnyverse. Stay proud, stay fabulous, stay connected, and stay sunny.
My mom just said to you, I think you need to hear this. David, you're such an inspiration and so loved. You have really opened people's eyes and changed opinions here in St. Augustine. Just by being who you are, and every day I'm amazed, and I feel so blessed to have you in my life.
Oh, I love you, Maria,
You
so
are
much.
my family, David. Love you more, and I will stand beside you forever.
Well, the Sunshine Brigade is going to be rolling back at 3 o'clock. It's our secret little club called Afternoon
Oh my God!
Delight.
I hope I don't fail the quiz today.
I hope you don't either. Mel's comeback is happening at
Yes.
3. We love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll
Share
see you
the
later.
show.
Bye, Sunnies.
Bye.